Hey, welcome back. This is part 2 of the previous video that I made, which is about energy healing. So the last video, if you haven't seen it, if you've seen this video first, go back. I'll link it below in the descriptions box. But that one was about positive energy and how we can facilitate our healing journey with the positive aspects of things that we can do within life to just improve our overall health, our overall way of being, our mind, body and spirit. And like I said in that video, at the end of that video, it's not about doing all of that list, but just incorporating some of those aspects into each day will help tremendously. But today we're looking at some of the negative things that we have in life that can affect our vibration, that can make us feel low, and that's why we need to utilize some of the positive stuff to lift us back up again, to make us feel better, or even cut some of the things out altogether that are of a negative element. So the negative list that I've got here, so on the last list, the first thing I had was exercise. So the first thing I've got here is basically stagnate. So not doing anything, not moving, not getting outdoors, not doing any sort of like exercise or movement can be really detrimental to your overall health, because you need your body to flow, you need your body to move. And like I said in the last video as well, even if you're not athletic or you can't do a lot, just some gentle movement, like I mentioned in that video, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga if you can, but some yoga moves are quite challenging. I find them quite challenging as well. But just some gentle overall movement will lift the mood, will make you feel better. But if you are on a journey and you want to improve your mental health and get better, then exercise is a really, really great way of working with that. So don't stagnate, don't just sit around and sit in your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts. Exercise has a great way of getting rid of all that and releasing some real powerful endorphins and chemicals into the brain to make you feel better. The next thing that I've written down, which kind of like links onto that, is overthinking. So when you are stagnating, you tend to overthink, and the mind is going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And I'm totally aware of what this feels like when I was dealing with depression and anxiety and all that other horrible stuff. Your mind does do whirlpools and it takes you into some dark places. So I sympathize with you if you are going through that. But yeah, overthinking and probably thinking, well, it's alright saying that, but how do I step away from that? Look at the previous video, look at the positive things that you can do, and they will help you on your journey to stop overthinking. It's just about retraining the mind and the body and the spirit into just a new, higher vibrational, gentle way of being. The next thing that I've written down is kind of like low observation of yourself. So when you do stagnate, you're just in there, you're in this kind of almost like gloom of your own life, and everything is negative, everything is out to get you, and you just become very unobservant of the good things in life. You just go in on yourself. And again, I've been there, so I do sympathize with you if you are feeling that. But again, some of the things in the previous video will help you to become more observant of yourself, especially things like the meditation and the breath work, just tuning into that body and just allowing the thoughts to just unravel and just go and just do whatever they do. And each time your mind becomes distracted by them, always bring it back to a central point within the self, whether it be the breath, whether it be a part of the body, whether it be something within the room, whether it's something that you feel. And it's just that element of mindfulness or awareness to the self just brings you back to you. And all that stuff, all that thoughts, all that emotions, that's not really you. That's not who you are. That's just your physical body. It's the ego creating scenarios, creating things in the mind that aren't really there. The next thing that I've written down, which again is about kind of like low observation, but it's very little mind-body connection, so that is coming in line with a low observation. You just don't have much feeling or connection to what is going on within. where these emotions are arising from, where the thoughts are coming from, why is it creating this feeling. The body tells you that these emotions and things will arise in a part of the body. So you might feel a sense of grief or sadness or loss or any of those sort of emotional feelings in the heart space. You may feel them there, but tune into them, sit with them, embrace them, and eventually over time, when you integrate them and you become more aware of it, they will become clearer, and they will release over time. Especially bringing the positive things into your life will help you to facilitate that healing and raise your vibration, so you do lose and release these negative elements. Little connection to nature is the next thing I've written down. So not being able to get outdoors as much, and I know there are a lot of people that struggle to do that, struggle to get outdoors, struggle to get into nature. So you probably think, well, how can I do that if I can't get outdoors? But even if you can just get somewhere near, or you can just look out a window, you can look at the sun, you can look at wildlife, you can look at the trees, or even just move next to a tree, just be near a tree. Or even like I mentioned about the salt baths, if you can't get to the coast, salt baths are a really great way of connecting that earthy energy from the salt. Try and use natural coarse sea salt, Himalayan salt. They're both really, really great cleansers, not just of energy but of the physical body as well. So really great at using them in the shower, in the bath, and just having the mindful intention to just remove and release anything that you don't need. Just let it go away. And over time, again, with these salt baths, a real great way of cleansing the mind, body and spirit. And again, like this stagnation can create this stagnant energy, not just within the self, but it creates it around the home. So the home will be filled with stagnant energies. So you just need to, open the windows, light some sage, light some incense, tidy up, dust, clear, move things around, so you're not just physically moving stuff and putting things away and putting things into order, but you're moving the energy. It's a little bit like feng shui, where they move things into a certain alignment around the room to allow the energy to flow easier. And it has a real profound effect. And I'm not saying that you have to look at feng shui, but just clearing the room around you and just getting rid of any clutter, anything that you haven't used for 3 months, 6 months, chuck it out, get rid of it. You don't need it. It's just sat there creating dust, creating what may hold negative thoughts and negative emotions, because it might be stuff that's linking you to an old way of being, or an old friendship, or an old relationship that isn't there anymore, that is only creating negative emotions. So having a clear out, moving stuff around, and just getting the sage out and using it around your home. You can even get room sprays, some real lovely room sprays. This one's called Sage Away, that I bought from Amazonite Griffin at a spiritual fair. You can use them around the home, get into the corners. You can use singing bowls as well. Singing bowls have a great way of raising the vibration of the room. You can clap your hands. Clapping is a great way that's why we see in churches and places of worship, they do a lot of clapping. Clapping raises the vibration because it shifts heavy, stuck energy. So you yourself, you can just clap. I'm not going to clap because it might deafen you if you have your headphones in, but clapping has a great effect on the room, on you, on your spirit. Just clapping will make you feel better as well. Next thing I've written down basically is around about the same places where I've written fruit and veg. So your diet and what you're drinking, what you're intaking into your body, that all has an effect. So if it's heavy processed negative foods, so have a look at positive foods, negative foods. A lot of processed foods in your diet isn't good for your overall health, but it also affects the energy first. So it brings your energy down, and that's why it affects your overall health. So your health might reduce, or go that way rather than that way. Your health might reduce because you're taking in too much, you're consuming too many carbohydrates, you're having too much fat, you've not got enough fibre in your diet, you're not having enough fruit and veg. So yeah, that can affect your vibration, your energetic wellness as well. Low awareness of self is something else I've written down as well. So that kind of ties into like low observation, but your awareness of self is where you tune a little bit deeper into yourself, and you're aware of like emotions and where they're arising, where they're coming from, the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations around the body that we can pick up on, and usually we'll just be like, oh, it's just a pain, it's just a niggle, I'll just get on with it. But the body is telling you something. It's telling you something that you've experienced, you've been through, you're holding on to, something that from your past, something from ancestral patterns is in this reality, and it's giving you a sign of something that you just need to be aware of to be able to heal and let go of that, because negative energy creates disturbances within your physical body, which creates pain, creates symptoms, it creates a lot of other things, cancers, arthritis, all that sort of stuff, that is stuff that you just you're holding on to into your body. And it can take a long time to either heal that or just have a better awareness of it. So you probably won't get rid of it, but you'll be able to cope with it on a better level than just, because a lot of what I've found with clients in the past, a lot of pain that they've experienced has been from either a past life that I've cleared through a Reiki session, or it's just it's a subconscious. The subconscious mind is extremely powerful, and when you become just used to a certain pain, the subconscious mind is constantly telling you that there's a pain there, where in actual fact there isn't half the time. So tuning into that a little bit deeper with hypnotherapy and things like that, and psychology, psychotherapy, it can help lift that, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, there's no pain there, it's gone. And that's happened with me in Reiki sessions as well, where by the end of it they may have had a pain in the shoulder, and after the Reiki session they're like, oh, my shoulder's fine, it's gone, that pain, because something subconsciously has let it know that you don't need to hold on to that anymore. That was an emotion, that was a feeling, that was a negative traumatic event that you've been holding on to into your physical body. Your physical body and your energetic body are constantly talking to you and telling you what is going on within the self. Lack of motivation, little self-care or self-love, again, these are all things that are kind of like become habitual states through all these negative ways of being, and they create that energy within the self where you have very little lack of self-awareness, lack of self-love. You don't really speak to yourself positively, you speak to yourself negatively, and when you do that, you're putting your spells on yourself, basically. And again, like I've said in other videos, that's why they call it spelling, because you're creating that effect on the self. You're telling yourself that I am suffering with this, or I am suffering with that, or I feel like this, or I feel like, and using negative words on the self is creating that into your reality, because you are the creator. You are a creator of your own reality. So using more positive affirmations through meditation, through breath work, will help to lift a lot of that, and you will become a lot more self-aware, and you will start incorporating things into your life that you need to for yourself, to make you feel better and put yourself first rather than last, which is what many of us do anyway. And again, like I've written in the other list, people that are around you can affect your energy, can bring your vibration down. Maybe people with other habitual states, other ways of being, other negative emotions or thoughts, they can bring your energy down and bring you down to their level as well, because we are all energetic beings and everything is energy. So these videos aren't really a case of just telling you what to do, because I can't do that. You've got to live your own life, and you've got to experience everything that you need to experience and live your life how you feel you need to live it. But if something doesn't feel right and you are thinking that I need to start making a change, then these two videos that I've just made will highlight a few areas of where you can increase positive energy into your life, and you can be more aware of the negative energy that may be having an effect on you on your mind, body and spirit. So I hope these videos have helped a little bit. Again, if these videos have been informative for you and you have enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up. It all helps the channel's energy and the channel's vibration. And also subscribe to the channel as well, you know, for follow for more videos like this. I've got a multitude of other videos that have great information in with regards to healing. There are meditation videos on this channel, there's Reiki videos on this channel, but go and check out the playlists. You know, I've got some great playlists on there which will benefit you if you are on a healing journey, a spiritual journey, an awakening journey. Then you'll find a lot of stuff on this channel for you. So until then, much love to you all. Take care of yourselves. Namaste. Bye for now.